Hey guys, it's your boy Arj back again with your weekly complete spoiler recap and analysis to help piece together the final episode tomorrow, using absolutely each and every single bit of information around the web all in one place. And today we'll be covering the big one, the final one, Dragon Ball Super episode 131. But before we begin guys, if you're somehow new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to enter our PS4 Pro giveaway with a copy of Dragon Ball FighterZ, all sponsored by Bandai Namco. If you're looking for actual good DBS content after the show ends, then this is the place, so join the gang today. But moving on, first things first, I recorded much of this video before I then saw 6 new leaked pictures. So I'm going to move straight into these before the rest of the spoilers. First we have this image of Android 17 looking badass as anything, exactly as you would expect from Yu Yu Takahashi. He's roughed up but still looking serious enough for his final showdown of Jiren. Then we see another screenshot of both 17 and Golden Frieza holding up their combined barrier against Jiren's attack, exactly like we saw in the preview. Interesting to see Frieza in golden form, as we know at some point he goes back to final form Frieza. We then have this image of Goku who is back on his feet and looking kind of happy. If we look closely at the red tinge and what his hands are doing, he too seems to be helping with the barrier. So it makes you wonder, are these three going for a time up by just defending on it till it's too late for Jiren? The next image we get goes against that point a bit though, as Frieza looks angry as hell, rushing in at Jiren, very similar to what we saw in the preview but just from the other side. This animation is so very reminiscent of classic Dragon Ball Z Frieza, and I'm not surprised with Yu Yu Takahashi at the helm. We have a very similar image from Goku doing almost the exact same thing, so either this is both of them attacking from either side of Jiren, or Frieza switches up and begins his final plan, and this is Goku and Frieza fighting. I'm torn, that could very well be a possibility, but my mind is buzzing right now. Imagine Jiren gets eliminated and Frieza sees this as this opportunity to take down Goku and get the wish for himself. Base form Goku versus final form Frieza in a complete throwback to Dragon Ball Z. Who knows? I may need to make a video on this tomorrow expanding on this so everyone knows, but the final image is just the rest of the Universe 7 cast looking shocked as the fight goes on. Someone must be on the brink of elimination as they are all sweating, or they may just be cheering someone on. We will see. But yeah, those were all 6 new leaked images, the first of the many spoilers we have for tomorrow's episode. But moving on, let's first set out the 5 pieces of data we have to construct the episode. We have first the episode 131 spoilers, which we can't really trust fully as we saw from the last episode. We have the actual preview from episode 131 itself. We have interviews from the cast members with subtle hints and messages about the ending. We have this newly translated storyboard and script for the first few seconds of the episode. And finally, we have the new Dragon Ball Super movie teaser trailer, which is confirmed to be after the events of Dragon Ball Super episode 131. So let's first look at those dodgy spoilers courtesy of Herms98. First we have the strange ones about Goku falling off the arena and being eliminated, which was debunked by me at the time and that turned out to be true. And then it goes on to talk about Frieza appearing at that moment, which obviously as we know, it went down completely different. Then we had the spoilers that followed soon after, and these make a little more sense. So episode 131, a miraculous conclusion, farewell Goku, until the day we meet again, the finale. Goku and Ko's battle concludes at last. Which universe will prevail? So immediately reading this again, we can see and Ko is referring to Frieza and Android 17, which we really should have picked up on last time. But it carries on. The battle for the fate of their own universe finally reaches its climax. Fighting against Jiren, famously the strongest man, Goku's power comes up slightly short and he falls from the stage. Now this is pretty much a recap of episode 130, but then it moves on to talking about Frieza. So pretty much not too much information here, except for the question where it asks, who will be the MVP? Now that's key because it hadn't been mentioned before that an MVP decision would need to be made but when you look back to the rules of the Tournament of Power, it clearly says the universe with the most warriors left standing, i.e. by just more numbers or literally having the last warrior on the stage. So at no point does it say the last warrior will be the MVP. As the spoiler suggests, this decision will need to be made, and as you guys have been watching me know, my prediction is that it will be Android 17. But there are arguments for Vegeta too. But there's a whole video on that subject on its own, so check that out if you haven't already. But moving on to the next piece of evidence we have, and it's the interviews with the voice actors which I went over yesterday, which, spoiler alert, does kind of hint at exactly how the tournament ends, but there's more to this than just that. Obviously, as I mentioned yesterday, the voice actor for Master Roshi, Masaharu Sato, let slip something while talking about the highlights of the final episode. Definitely by accident, as everyone else was a lot more vague about what was happening. He said how the highlight would be seeing how Jiren gets taken down, which, as I explored in the video yesterday, just lets the cat out of the bag that Jiren does in fact get eliminated by the teamwork of Goku, Frieza and Android 17. A common theme that has been repeated in each episode, especially last episode, where Goku vowed to show that trust and friendship in one another was more powerful than the lone wolf Avenger power of Jiren. But looking to what the other cast members have said, we see the actor of Tien Shinhan saying, "There will be scenes which will make fans' hearts skip beats." We have Miki Ito, the voice actor of Android 18, asking all of us to cheer Android 17 in particular, which is interesting. And then we have Shigeru Nakahara, Android 17 himself, with the longest highlights of the final episode paragraph, longer than any other character, and coincidentally he also reveals the greatest amount of information, telling us not only that it will be a quote unpredictable conclusion, but also that it would be an ending that is truly Dragon Ball like. Again, this doesn't truly shed too much light, except does eliminate the possibility of it being a normal standard ending, i.e. where Goku just wins as normal and we all return happily ever after. And it also means we most likely will not be seeing Oob and the martial arts tournament, as he said it would be unpredictable, which would be completely contrary to the returning to the exact ending of Z, which I had been trying to say for a very long time. What the unpredictability does lend weight to, however, is support for a character like Android 17 or Vegeta to instead be named MVP. Further from this, we also have a bit from the voice of Frieza. Ryusei Nakao, and his information, while cryptic, does hint that though we will see Frieza helping out generally, he also believes Frieza will never ultimately reform and will think up a scheme. And with one episode left, it can only mean that Frieza will still plan to do something shady, just as you would expect. And I can make the prediction right now that it results in him being erased for good. The final appearance of Frieza. But moving now onto the trailer for the movie, which we know is set after the events of the Tournament of Power. It serves to basically confirm the inevitable, that Universe 7 wins and Goku is alive and well. And though we see glimpses of Ultra Instinct-esque style animation, it doesn't add any more information other than the possibility that after the tournament, Goku goes to train with someone, possibly the Grand Priest, in order to finally master the Ultra Instinct without it causing harm to his body. But then finally taking all of this information into the preview, we can see that yes, this theme of teamwork will be coming into play. Android 17 and Frieza will work together until Goku regains himself before he enters as well. Something special will definitely happen teamwork wise, resulting in this 3-beam attack that absolutely overpowers Jiren and gives us a glimpse for sure exactly how Jiren will be taken down, just as Masaharu said. Looking towards the shocked faces of the Supreme Kais and Beerus, it corroborates with what Shigeru said, with it being an unpredictable ending. But the light-hearted nature of the faces shows that yes, whatever they are shocked at will not be something too serious, just as Shigeru said, the series ending in a Dragon Ball way. My theory for this was that either they are reacting to Android 17 being picked as MVP and him joking about wishing for a cruiser, or reacting to where Goku will go after the tournament, which more than likely will be with the Grand Priest or Zenosama, which explains why the only characters we see shocked here are the godly figures who have always been shocked by Goku's interactions with the Zenos. Another idea I have explaining these faces is that the Grand Priest reveals that no universes were ever erased and that this was just all a test, but we'll have to see for sure in the episode. Now finally, the last spoiler we have, as insignificant as it may be, is this storyboard for the first few seconds of the episode, where we will see Goku is still down, just floating around with the debris, confirming that yes, at the start of this episode we will be seeing a mainly 2 versus 1 fight, Android 17 and Frieza versus the monster that is Jiren. But yeah guys, that was it. That was every single spoiler that's out for episode 131, the final episode, both good and bad. And you know what, normally I'm super confident that we've pieced the entire episode together, but today's there's just so many theories about. I've got feelings on Jiren being eliminated and Android 17 or Vegeta being MVP, and I'm excited to see what actually happens. But it's clear the writers do intend for this to be a true roller coaster of a final episode, with twists and turns that absolutely no one should in theory be able to predict. But these are the spoilers, and it's up to you guys now to let me know down below what your final predictions are for the final episode, and we will see who is closest after it airs. Let me know down below, but before you guys go, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to enter our PS4 Pro giveaway with a copy of Dragon Ball FighterZ, all sponsored by Bandai Namco. So show your support today and join the gang. Until next video guys, cheers.